You're listening to Pack Dynamics, a Fandom on the Rocks podcast. Hello, welcome to Pack Dynamics, a Teen Wolf podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Allison.
And this is Season 3, Episode 15, Galvanize. It's Halloween.
Hooray! So,
it's August, but it's Halloween.
It's Halloween. So are they talking that Mischief Night is the day before Halloween?
Okay, in the Pacific Northwest, this is not a thing that we do. But yes, they are considering Mischief Night to be the night before. I Googled it. It has several nights depending on where you are in the world. It says October 30th. It also says November 4th. It also says April 30th. But it's like an informal holiday where you prank. It's also called Devil's Night, Gate Night, Mystery Night, Moving Night, Goosey Night, Cabbage Night, some other things. It's observed kind of all over the place. I think in some places, I think one of the articles said New Jersey has a pretty strong connection to it, but I would not say that I was not familiar with Mischief Night being a thing. So I didn't know.
Me neither. I mean, mostly, like, I don't know. I've never really been much of a prankster. I've never really known anyone who's a prankster. I don't like pranks. I don't think they're fun.
I don't either.
I think the most important thing to take away from this is that Coach is a Halloween baby.
That was so cute.
And I love that. I love that for him.
It feels right. He's either a Halloween baby or an April Fool's baby.
For sure.
Oh, or a Leap Day baby.
Oh my God. Coach would hate being a Leap Day baby, but he would take it in such like angry stride. He'd be like, yeah what about it?
Mm-hmm. Those are really the only options for him.
He has to be a holiday baby, but like a funny holiday baby.
Yeah, it can't be a Christmas baby.
Or like an Easter baby or a New Year's baby. No, he's got to be
Valentine's Day baby.
Mm-mm. No.
Yeah, so I didn't have any connection to Mischief Night, and frankly, it's not for me. I don't TPing houses, egging houses. All I can think of is like, oh, the cleanup and like so rude, and think of the person who lives inside that house.
Like, there's just nothing funny about it.
No.
Like, that's the thing is, like, so many times when people like prank you, they're like, oh my God, it was so funny. Like, can you explain to me the joke?
Yeah.
Because
use your word. Explain to me.
Like, I'm not finding it funny. There's nothing about this I think is funny, and I need you to explain the joke to me.
We did one prank in high school, and this, I guess, is a very identifying anecdote. But but there were a bunch of us, broke into my friend's locker in high school and put up pictures of an actor that she proclaimed not to like inside her locker, like plastered the inside of her locker with a bunch of pictures of a particular actor she proclaimed not to like. But we were all like, oh, she has a crush on this actor. And that was what we did.
See, that's funny. That's cute.
So, and by broke in, I mean, I asked her for her locker combination and she gave it to me.
And then you opened her locker.
Yeah. Now, what it is about me that she was like, oh yeah, I'm going to give her my locker combination without any hesitation. I don't know. I guess don't trust me.
Never. Absolutely not.
But yeah, that's the extent of a prank I've ever pulled. Was printing off, I don't know, 30 pictures of an actor.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
that man is still attractive, by the way. So
I feel like if we had lockers now, that we would have exchanged this prank many times for our newest Blorbo.
Yes. Now I'd be like, damn, look at him.
That very like, what was that? Like 2014, 2015, the very like collage style graphics with all the like heart stickers. That would have 100%. Been like real life, just inside your locker.
Yes. Yep. So that's the extent of my pranking. Egging, the rest of it is a hard pass for me.
Hard pass.
I was born old. I'm just not into this kind of thing. It's not funny. People have to pay for that. You'll understand when you have a house.
I tried to pull some pranks in like middle school. I was at a sleepover, and like looking back at it is I just wanted to get back at people who were being really mean to me, that they were making me the butt of the joke.
Yep. I see that.
And it's like, you can call it a prank, but what it is just everybody ganging up on one person. And it's just like, it's not cute.
It's an anger response.
Yeah, it's an anger response and not a joy response. And it's like, they just, But
so
speaking of people I should be angry at instead.
Yes, the rundown is on the night before Halloween, Mischief Night, a convicted murderer brought to Beacon Hills Hospital for surgery escapes, forcing Scott and his friends to step in to help when his unexpected target becomes clear. This episode aired January 19th, 2014. It was seen, apparently, by 2 million people during its initial broadcast, which is not bad, actually.
No.
Yeah. So we start out back at maybe the world's worst hospital, the Beacon Hills Memorial Hospital? Beacon Hills something hospital?
I think it's Beacon Hills Memorial.
I want to say Memorial. Grace Sloan, Beacon Hills Memorial, Seattle Hospital.
Seattle Gray.
Seattle Gray. An ambulance is bringing someone in. Agent McCall is like, this is hush, hush. And the sheriff busts in, opening the doors like he's Aragorn entering Helm's Deep. And he's like, oh, here we go. Melissa's like, here we go. The sheriff does not want this dude coming into this hospital.
Now,
but
why,
the other hospital, we don't know.
Why does the sheriff not want this guy in the hospital? Like, particularly?
Because Melissa's there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I assumed, is that,
because that was a really strong response.
Yeah.
For, like, somebody coming in for surgery. Like, is he a good dude? No, absolutely not. But, like, that seems like an overreaction, Sheriff.
No, his lady is there.
His lady is there. And then he has to go defend his lady against his lady's ex, Agent McAsshole.
Agent McAsshole. The other hospital doesn't want this dude. Nobody wants this dude. Enter unknown patient surrounded by armed guard, strapped to the gurney. And of course, Melissa is going to have to do his pre-op interview. Why wouldn't she?
Why wouldn't she?
There are... Okay, do we know Melissa McCall's, like, actual job at the hospital? Because when she ended up in the surgery, and I was like, are you a tech? Are you a surgeon? Like, what nurse position do you have?
My gut says she's a charge nurse.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
But that doesn't explain why she would get to scrub into surgery.
Yes. I mean,
like, there's plot reasons why she's scrubbing into surgery, but, like,
yes,
in real life, I don't know why she would be there.
Yeah, I mean, not that I feel like she wouldn't be talented enough, but yeah,
she would be competent and totally fine. But, like, there's just enough wrong with that to be like, have you done a surgery rotation? Like, are you?
Yeah. I can absolutely see her running the hospital.
Absolutely. She's chief of medicine. Absolutely she is. But, like, right now she's like...
But then she scrubbed in. I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing in here?
Hold on. Don't you have other patients?
Yeah. So the patient of question is a former electrical engineer who walked onto a school bus with a shrapnel bomb and killed 4 students. And this is Mr. William Barrow. Which is actually a pretty cool bad guy name, I thought.
Yeah.
And he tells Melissa that if he gets out, he is going to do it again. And he is going to do it again right. Which
not good.
Is scary.
Not good. Any grown adult who decides to, exert that particular volume of physical violence on anybody is bad. Mm-hmm. Somebody who's specifically targeting children is worse.
Super bad.
Somebody who has no remorse and plans to repeat is just like... No, hard pass.
And I guess in all of this, you have to assume that this guy murdered children, went to trial, did the whole shebang. And is Melissa, like, the first person to ask him why he did it? Because she does. And he says, I saw their eyes and their eyes were glowing. And then he kind of really goes bananas.
I would imagine Melissa is the first person that, like, because I'm sure that they asked, but she's the first person for that to mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, it's for the plot.
It's plot reasons. But yes, it's not really an explanation, but he said their eyes were glowing. Now, we, the audience, are like, oh, Biscottios.
And that's a problem. And the sheriff decides to have a similar Scottios moments because the sheriff and Melissa are talking about children with glowing eyes. And Melissa goes, we know a couple of kids who fit that description. And the sheriff goes,
they sure do. That's their kids. Oh, Biscottios. And meanwhile, Sweet Stiles, speaking of Mischief Night, is over in the Beacon High School locker room of requirement with a flashlight. And he's calling Scotty because it's time to prank the coach. Because it's Mischief Night and it's coach's birthday. And I guess they have been committing acts of vagrancy. Not vagrancy. What's the word? Shenanigans? There's like a technical word. There's a legal word for like low level shenanigans.
Yeah. I don't know
I
what
can't
it is.
remember
But
what it is.
Shenanigans.
On the coach. But this is their junior year, right?
Yeah.
Do you think, I wonder if this is a small enough town that they've like known coach longer, like through middle school, just
Maybe.
in town.
Yeah.
Because that would be so annoying if they knew this guy when they were little kids and then they ended up at the school with him and he was like, God damn it.
I'm gonna new headcanon.
Mm-hmm.
Just as Derek and Boyd absolutely played basketball together in
Coach Little League
in club, Coach 100% coached Stiles and Scott in like some sort of little league soccer or baseball or
hell yeah
something. I absolutely believe that Coach coached them as like little kids,
and
then they aged out of his program and now they've aged back into it in school.
And he was like, and they're back.
These are my children, my demon children.
I never wanted to see them, but I did miss them dearly.
That's about the vibe. That's the coach vibe.
Yeah.
My personal favorite is that Stiles decides to go into the locker room. Now, what? Why? Why the locker room?
Probably because
it's a requirement. Because he's got all of his tools in his locker. Like what?
Yeah, and I think also because it's like the set that's always built. Like it's always just there.
That's true. That's for sure.
It's cheap and they didn't have to light it.
Yeah. It's blue.
It's just blue. So I guess it's the next day. I guess it's the same day because Stiles was there at like 12:05.
Yeah,
so
and he's like on the phone with Scott, and he's like, "Get down here!" And Scott's like, "Ugh, but I'm already cozy in bed." And Stiles starts to like threaten him and do like the mom countdown.
Yep.
And then it's 3, 2, and then Scott shows up behind him with his red alpha eyes in the shadow and goes 1. And I'm like, "Yeah, Scotty."
That was real cute.
That was real good. Good job. That's exactly what you should use your alpha powers for.
Absolutely.
That's the dream. That's correct. Good job.
That's what I would do. Is just
Holly
show
would be
up.
so proud.
Oh, she would.
She'd be so proud.
We'll see her later.
It's true.
So for the school day, the twins have shown up. And I think they're not, are they allowed on campus? Like what are the rules here? Are they enrolled anymore?
They're probably not enrolled necessarily. Well, I mean, like, who knows if they were ever enrolled in the first place?
That's a good point.
But if they were enrolled, I imagine they're still enrolled because, like...
They're just very truant.
Yeah. Letters have been sent home. They've gone unresponded. Like, there we go.
Where is their home?
I don't know. Didn't they have an apartment above Allison's? Well, that was Deucalian's apartment.
That was Deucalian's apartment.
Maybe, I don't know.
Who were their parents?
I don't know. Were they in the pack? Were they murdered?
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're showing up in the parking lot at school like real tough guys.
Yes, they're there to chat with Scott because they think Scott needs a pack and they need an alpha, and Stiles is like, no, thank you to all of that. And their argument is that they're going to add strength to Scott's pack, and there's really no reason to say no until Isaac shows up out of absolutely nowhere to remind them of a very important reason.
Remember how you killed Boyd? Remember that?
Yeah. Remember how you held Derek's claws while Kali impaled Boyd on them? And my note here was, thank you.
I remember
all of that.
So we'll get there this season for sure. But it's always really hard to watch it in hindsight because you feel like everyone's forgotten about Boyd and Erica.
I know.
Isaac hasn't forgotten about Boyd and Erica.
Nope.
Isaac hasn't forgotten. You might see that like Derek, I don't know if he remembers or not, but he doesn't really talk about it. And like Scott and Stiles don't really talk about it, but Isaac hasn't forgotten.
Good man.
And it just like hurts extra. It hurts so much.
Going through this rewatch, I really love Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I love Isaac.
Like a lot. Even when he doesn't have his little scarf on.
It's not cold enough for him to wear a scarf. It has to be 90 degrees.
That's true.
He's so cold.
True. He's so cold. And so Aiden, I guess, decides that they should go back to high school, mostly because of Lydia.
Yeah, for sure.
100% because of Lydia. And then he's like, hey, Ethan, Danny's in high school.
Yeah. We're going to go back to high school because that solves our problems. Which is getting laid.
Yeah. Like, we might have to go to class, but also partners.
And Ethan in the best brother voice face goes, I'm not taking math. And Aiden goes, I'll take it for you.
And again, like,
good job.
I don't even know that they were really taking class before, so what does it matter?
What does it matter?
Speaking of hot girls.
Kira is first off the hot girl as she drops things like a real girl.
Mm-hmm. She is so cute at her locker.
She's so cute.
Stiles notices her and just straight up tells Scott to ask her out because he's a wingman.
I've noticed you noticing her.
Mm-hmm. And then this is one of the... Is it iconic? Is this an iconic Teen Wolf exchange?
This is an iconic Teen Wolf exchange, correct.
Of Stiles telling Scott that you're like the hot girl that everyone wants. The hot girl? You're the hottest girl.
I'm the hot girl.
And then, because Isaac has shown up going, yes, you are.
Because Isaac
has no context of this conversation.
Isaac has missed the entire thing, but Scott looks at him with the puppy eyes and goes, I'm the hot girl. And Isaac goes, yes, you are.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, incredible. And just Scott's face, he just lights up like a little elf. He's just so full of joy.
Yes.
I love him.
So cute here.
I love this. I love this Scott. Like,
I do also...
He kind of lost me last season, but so far this season, he's like, I'm back.
Yeah. I also love how often Isaac just walks into the back end of conversations and just is like, okay, this is what we're doing.
And then he's just automatically on Scott's team, like, yes, of course.
Yeah, like, okay, and? Yeah. Keep this dynamic, please.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, Coach is not having as good of a day. He
knows.
He knows he's going to be pranked. It's the day. It's the 30th. This must have happened to him his whole life.
And he starts to sniff everything in his office.
I'm sure he has been stink bombed within an inch of his life. I can't imagine the atrocities that have occurred to him. But what he sees in his office is a little lovely wrapped present on his desk. And he approaches it like a bomb. And it is a box full of nails, which I actually found very ominous.
Yeah, it's full of like screws and bolts and nails and hardware. And you're like, the fuck is this? Because he like scoops them out and starts laughing.
Yeah, especially considering that what we know of the bad guy of the episode is that he had a shrapnel bomb.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't like that.
Ruh-roh.
Until Coach picks it up and it's attached to a wire that somehow disengages everything to fall off his walls and like fall apart in his office.
Lol.
Which...
Was this Stiles?
I don't know. I have to assume.
I also have to assume.
Given that he was there the night that morning, that night, given the time, I do have to assume. Yeah. And he like bursts into the classroom like, you punks are evil. And he's really not happy about the entire situation. But Stiles' face is perfection.
And then it turns out there's another present on his desk. And he's like, oh, you're not going to get me again.
Mm-hmm. And he smashes it, but it's actually a mug from Greenberg.
Happy birthday. Love Greenberg.
Yeah. Oh, buddy.
It's a number one Coach mug with a picture of Coach like screaming on it.
Whoops.
Poor Greenberg.
Poor Greenberg. And poor Lydia.
Poor Lydia. But we do actually get so much Danny in this episode. I love this for him.
Mm-hmm.
Danny catches Lydia and is like, dude, are you okay? Because Lydia's just like waving and whacking her hand in the air. And she's like, I'm trying to swat a fly. It's been following me.
Yeah.
But we don't see a fly. And Lydia does her new like spooky face, like looking up to the ceiling and starts to hear some kind of buzzing.
Yes. Yep. And she does seem to be the only one who can hear it.
Yeah. Is this a fly that only Lydia can hear?
Mm-hmm. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Which does take us back to the hospital.
Ugh.
Where Barrow is under the knife in the OR, and the surgeon jokes about just killing him while he's under, which, you know.
This is why hospitals have ethics boards?
Yes, it is. And recordings of their surgeries.
Yeah. And turns out that Barrow is not here for that shit because...
No. There's like a tumor thing.
Yeah, because they're going in for one thing, and then Melissa like spots something else, and it's like a tumor that's like beating like a heart, and it's like
that's not shrapnel.
Nope.
Like nope. It erupts spewing flies just all over the surgical, all over the OR.
And then Barrow like wakes up and he like sits up like the Undertaker and then stabs the operating surgeon.
Yep. Whoops.
And then runs away.
The sheriff and McCall barge in, but like utterly useless. Goodbye.
Bye.
So that's gross. It was cool though. It was a cool scene.
Oh yeah, but like all of a sudden the tone has shifted.
It has. Also, is Barrow like undead? Because he was cut open and now he's just running around.
I don't know. It's a great question.
Because he also like woke himself up from anesthesia.
From like general anesthesia, which is like possible, but not particularly common.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and then
it's, yeah.
Because then later, because we're gonna skip over Derek and Peter because their storyline exists outside.
Yeah.
So we'll just come back to them. But later we see Barrow like stapling his body back together with
nothing.
Compunction about it. You're like, is he just not fully human anymore?
He's just like stapling his wound together because in his new quest to become yet again a high school junior, Aiden decides to go back for Lydia. And Lydia is really strong against his advances for like 3 whole minutes.
If that.
And so she takes him into her own office because she has an office. It's often used by Coach, but it's definitely her makeout office.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they walk in and the entire thing is just destroyed from the prank earlier.
Yep. Just gone. Mm-hmm.
And so they peace out to Morel's office.
Makeout room part 2.
They close the door and Barrow is like hiding behind the door, like with a stapler, like stapling his wound back together. Like,
Yeah, gross. He was just there the whole time. And I'm guessing Aiden was just so enamored that he didn't hear a man just standing there.
Hear, smell, perceive. Nope.
Perceive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless we're going off that whole thing that his smell was like hidden. But I thought he did the chemical thing later. Because when they go searching for him, like, how come we couldn't smell him? Like, oh, the chemicals.
Yeah, that I'm not entirely sure. I still don't really know.
I don't know how that whole thing worked. Because then when they just smell chemicals, I'm like, oh, that, I don't know. But yeah, I was a little surprised that Aiden wasn't like, is somebody here? Because does he have a heartbeat? Like,
I don't know. Maybe he's just a zombie. Maybe he's just Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies. Maybe that's just him.
Could be.
Honestly.
Could be. So the cops have shown up at the school because apparently he was spotted there. I get why the sheriff tells Stiles things. It's also so that we know things.
Yes, it's because exposition tells the audience, but...
Yeah, but it's also like, tell him more at this point.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I get that you don't want your son to be traumatized, but it is too late for that.
Correct.
And apparently Stiles already knows about Barrow because he has a nickname like the Shrapnel Bomber. I feel like he's been on the news. Yeah. He's probably got a Dateline episode named after him.
Probably.
And the sheriff's like, oh, he was spotted a little closer than nearby. Well, because he's in the fucking basement.
Well, yeah. Well, because so in the hospital, when they're like, after he escapes from surgery, Agent McJerkface says that they found one of there was a stolen ambulance that was spotted like 3 blocks from the school.
Yeah.
And so they just like shut the school down.
Yeah. Yeah, they shut it down, but with the kids inside.
Yeah, for reasons.
I guess that makes sense, a lockdown rather than sending everyone home.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like there would be a lockdown.
In that scenario, there's definitely a lockdown.
Yeah. But yeah, I still feel like at this point, with the sheriff and Melissa knowing that there's supernatural shit going on, that they would tell Scott and Stiles, like, hey,
buddy.
So there's some stuff going on. Maybe you should know about it.
Well, like, so eventually they do, because Melissa shows up to give Scott Barrow's
nightgown
surgery gown.
Yeah.
So that he and the rest of the werewolves can sniff him out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want them to have like a powwow.
Exactly.
Like a team, like, okay, we're going to all do this together.
I think one of the things that I'm really starting to struggle with in this season, and I think it's, because of what's about to happen, it's just getting increasingly chaotic.
It is, yeah. It is.
And I'm struggling to keep a hold of the plot now.
True.
Like, there's so many things that are happening and you can't tell what's important and what's not, and you don't have all the puzzle pieces like we usually do, and but I'm really struggling to keep a hold of the plot.
Fair. Yeah. Because this whole kind of sequence here is, Stiles filling Isaac and Allison in about Barrow and the kids with glowing eyes and the flies that came out of his body. And then Lydia overhears that and she's like, oh, BT dubs, guys, I have been hearing buzzing all day.
Lydia wasn't on the chessboard. Yeah, well, she is now.
She is now. That's such a fun sequence of Kanema, Banshee. It means she can sense when someone's close to death. Can she sense I'm about to kill you?
And then they look over to Lydia and she's waving her little finger wave.
I don't know. And in between that, Kira is just chilling in class with her dad instead of, I think they're supposed to be at lunch maybe, or hiding out in the cafeteria.
Yeah, they're at lunch because Kira is, instead of being in the cafeteria with all of the girls her own age, is just hanging out with her father and her Nokia phone.
And her, yes. Cute.
With a very exciting camera feature.
It does have a very exciting camera feature. I saw that. I was like, And Scott overhears Kira saying that she doesn't want to date. She just wants to make new friends. Which is legit.
The only one who's shown any interest in me is a rabid coyote.
Yes.
Well, maybe you should date the coyote.
I mean, maybe.
At the top of my lungs, yeah, maybe you should.
Maybe
Kira.
you should date the coyote.
Maybe you should date the coyote. Don't
close that door.
I know that we just did a bonus podcast episode on ships that didn't sail. Yeah. I cannot believe I forgot about this one.
No.
I'm still so mad about it.
Just a quick addendum.
A quick addendum. Kira and Malia, maybe you should date the coyote. Oh.
Yeah. So
Dad's cool with it.
Dad's cool with it. So they've got that little conversation happening. Stiles comes running to grab Scott to be like, the police are leaving. They don't think Barrow is here, but the buzzing is getting louder for Lydia, and she is certain he's here. And Stiles is telling Sheriff and McCall, you can't leave, even though there's an eyewitness now that says Barrow is somewhere else. Lydia thinks Barrow is here. She's got this feeling. We need to trust it. Which is when Melissa brings the hospital gown for the wolves to sniff him out. So it's ba-doom. And I guess none of the teachers are worried that a couple of their students are just roaming a lockdown campus on their own.
They're just hanging out.
Because Scott and Isaac, so the wolves are going to go into the basement to look. Scott and Isaac are going to go off in one direction. The twins are going to go off into the other, while Stiles and Lydia are going to start upstairs and then meet in the middle.
And then Allison's going home. She sneaks out the window to check into the bestiary.
Yeah. That one I almost missed what was happening. I was like, where is Allison going? What happened? But yeah, she's headed home to do some research to figure out what's up with the flies, I think.
They should really translate the bestiary, guys.
Run that thing through Google Translate. What are we doing?
Come on now.
Just send Lydia home for a week and have her do the whole thing all at once.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, guys.
It shall be done. Unfortunately, Ethan and Aiden get distracted by running into Danny making out with his ex-boyfriend.
It's some kind of boy, but
some dude. Yeah.
Ethan is not hurt necessarily, but just oh, okay, we're moving on now. Okay. Mm-hmm. And Aiden cannot stop laughing.
Right. It was really funny.
I do really appreciate the amount of teen in this episode of Teen Wolf.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We miss it from time to time.
We do.
But Lydia and Stiles are upstairs. They're trying to deal with, everything that's happening. But then Lydia realizes all of a sudden that all of her glowing eye besties are all trapped together in the basement next to the boiler room, which an engineer could absolutely use to trigger an explosion.
Yep. Just all at once together. Kaboom. So Stiles is I'm going to pull the fire alarm to get everyone out of the school, which Coach absolutely catches him doing.
And so as we have talked about many, many times, if Scott McCall was a real student that I had, he'd be my favorite, and Stiles would be the kid that I'd have to drag out of class 3 times a week to take to the principal's office. Mm-hmm. This is a really good idea in fiction.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, if they have issued a school-wide lockdown and there is like an active present danger on campus and somebody pulls the fire alarm, which everyone understands means that we're not supposed to go outside, you are literally actively putting lives in danger.
Whoops.
And like, so for fiction, it's really funny. Like he's like smart. He's like trying to get everybody out as opposed to keeping them in. And like, I get where he's going. And in fiction, this is great. Mm-hmm. In reality, don't you do this. Don't you dare. Yeah. Don't you dare. Not at all. Absolutely not.
Don't pull that button.
Absolutely not. So Coach is completely correct in just dragging him outside. Like, absolutely not. Now, my problem with this from like a administrative perspective is that if you are locked down, that means that you are locked down. You are not in the courtyard. You are in a classroom with the door shut.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they're all just like hanging out outside is not, that's, what are you doing? You can't keep track of kids. You don't know where they are. You don't know what the threat is. Like, stop it. What are you doing? I mean,
to be fair, they can't keep track of these kids during anything because 5 of them are roaming 6 of them are roaming the basement and the upstairs, and then a 7th is sitting in the library with her headphones on and doesn't even know that the fire alarm has gone off.
Her music is so loud, Kira.
Her ears.
But you know what? Speaking of like from an with my administrator hat on, I love you, Coach, for doing a sweep of the school.
Yes.
He has gone through the library and is searching for children who aren't where they're supposed to be.
Do we have to assume that other teachers were doing the same thing and we're only watching Coach because he cannot sweep the entire school?
Absolutely not. No, in theory, like every teacher I want to name is dead. Adrian Harris is dead. Jennifer Blake is dead.
Yukimura.
Mr. Yukimura should be doing rounds of some kind.
Yeah.
Usually this stuff is planned beforehand in your like emergency plan. But if the alarm goes off, like as a grown up in the room, you should know what areas you are responsible for. Mm-hmm. And it's just that because Coach is like the only grown up at the school that we know, he's the one who finds Kira.
Yeah.
Very proud of you for being a good educator. You're very loud and I love you a lot.
We love Coach. I mean, you can't drag kids around by their ears, but we love Coach. And also because Barrow was just standing feet away from her.
And just like watching Kira, like, what?
Yeah, gross. Yeah. No, thank you.
But luckily for Kira, after her very exciting day at school, she gets to go home and put her hair up in a messy bun and wear some very comfy pajamas.
Yeah, she does. Their house is fascinating.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I don't know how, I mean, they haven't lived in this town super long, but we learned that her mother has deep roots in town, but like this house is not constructed the way the other ones are.
No.
It's absolutely different construction. But anyway.
It's probably a real house.
Yeah, true. Mr. Yukimura lets Kira know that she should put something nice on for dinner because he's invited Scott over.
Because
as a thank you for saving my daughter's life from the coyote.
Yeah. He just wants to make sure that Kira makes some friends with that boy that she thinks is really cute. And, you know, he's just trying his best.
Do you think this was like a little bit of maybe she'll like this boy, or was it totally just, hey, he saved her life?
I think Mr. Yukimura absolutely knows that Kira's got a crush.
Okay.
And like, this is kind of the excuse that they're using to kind of put them all together.
Okay, cool. Because I kind of thought he was matchmaking. And
there is something, you know, we won't get to it for like an episode or two, but there's definitely something that Mr. Yukimura might know more than he's letting on.
True.
There is a non-zero chance that Mr. Yukimura like knows. Mm-hmm. Capital K.
There's always the chance that someone on Teen Wolf knows a little more than they're letting on.
Yeah, it's true. As we keep avoiding the parts of my notes with Peter in it, like, oh look, the guy who knows everything. It doesn't say nothing.
Doesn't say shit.
Okay. We have to move on to like the most earnest first date at somebody's house I've seen in so long.
It's not a date. This is a thank you for saving my daughter dinner.
Thank you. This is a very awkward thank you for saving my daughter dinner.
Okay, apparently Mr. Yukimura is like a superb chef. However,
for him.
Serving a teenager that you've never met sushi and sashimi is wild.
Yeah.
Truly wild.
Truly wild. It is a bold choice.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it, but it is a bold choice.
It's a bold choice. It also feels like a test. I don't think he meant it as a test, but it does feel like, are you going to eat this?
Yeah, it feels a little like a test, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looked great. I'm a California roll salmon avocado person. I can't say that I am deep into sushi because we didn't eat it growing up, but it did look great.
Yeah, looked beautiful.
And Scott sure gives it a go.
He tries.
Yeah.
And again, I love this for him. He is so earnest. He is trying so hard. And Kira is like, you're supposed to make lasagna. What the hell is this? What is this? And she's trying to defend him. And Scott is like, no, I will give it a try. It looks great. We're going to try it. And I'm just like, yes, I'm so proud of Scott, just like as a kid.
Me too.
Like, I love him. I'm so proud of him. Like, good job, Scotty. Later, he's going to make a small food mistake, but everybody makes it the first time, and it's okay.
No, I've never eaten a giant ball of wasabi because you can smell that.
I have certainly put on more wasabi on a thing that I meant to put on and got, bitten by it. But that's here to bit because we have to go to some place that I never thought I would go.
Yes.
I have to go to Stydia.
Oh, yes. Lydia's hanging out on Stiles' bed while Stiles works on his murder board.
And explains all the different colors. And we established that blue is just pretty.
Because what color are Derek's eyes?
Oh, I'm sorry. They're blue. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, like, non-wolf, they're not, but like wolf eyes.
Yeah. They're bright blue. But like, Lydia is like playing with the red yarn and all of this like red string of fate. And Lydia is like looking at Stiles in this way that's like, I can't believe I didn't see all of this before. And Stiles is so gentle with Lydia. Like, I trust you. I believe you. They are starting to form an emotional bond.
Yep.
And they're starting to become like actual friends with an actual relationship. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I understand this now.
Yeah. Totally.
I get it. I need Derek to come in through the window and kiss them both on the forehead and like live happily ever after. Yeah. But like they're actually starting to build an emotional relationship. And I'm like, oh my, am I starting to ship Stiles and Lydia? Is this who I'm becoming?
It also must be so nice to talk about the things that they've been keeping secret for so long.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Like Stiles has had this murder board up for forever and he's been deeply invested in the goings on in town for so long. But aside from Scott, like Lydia's kind of been on the outside for most of the seasons until very recently. And it does seem like Stiles has had to keep his ADHD deep interest in things kind of under wraps. Like he can't be too big. He can't be too loud. He can't be too much. He can't be too invested without people looking at him like he's a little bit off.
Absolutely.
And now he can start to kind of show his murder board to someone who is also invested or who is learning to be more invested.
It's
because
just
she also has a superpower.
She also has a superpower, and it's just I really appreciate that they're putting in the work here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to appreciate it more because like it doesn't turn romantic for like a couple of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lydia's got people and Stiles has got people and it's a whole whatever. But like they actually take a little time and build a relationship. Now, I think there's a lot of supernatural trauma involved.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this was really sweet. It was really cute.
It was really cute.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
And I just believe that there's enough hands for Stiles and Lydia and Derek to all hold hands together.
That's why in every fanfic, everyone has a king-size bed.
As they should.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the smell of a marker does trigger something in Stiles that they have to go back to the high school right then.
I'm still not entirely sure what that was either.
I don't know. But like, I've smelled markers before. What are you talking about here? That would trigger my memory to go back to like elementary school.
Depending on the marker, yeah. Those like smelly blueberry markers, absolutely.
Yeah. Like I was hanging out with my friend's kid a little while ago, and she had the smelly markers, and I was just sitting there huffing them.
That's correct. That's how you use those.
I was like, you don't do this, but I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, don't you dare just sit here and smell these markers, but I'm going to do this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
So we have to move on to the next member of the group because we have to check in on Allison's research. And there's this beautiful shot of her just like rising from the desk because she's hearing like something happening. Mm-hmm. And then she keeps listening and someone's getting like electrocuted and like whimpering.
Not a good sound on this show.
And my whole heart was like, what's going on? Excuse me. Is everyone okay?
Yep.
And then she starts to giggle.
Yes, because Isaac is getting electrocuted by the windows.
Because he's sneaking into her house.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Yeah. And she has electrified the windows and not told him.
Oh my God. To be fair, that's pretty funny.
It's incredible work.
Good job.
Yeah. And he's like, can I help you research or whatever? And she's like, can you read Latin? It's like, no, but I can look at pictures.
And so like we'll get back to the other kids, but Allison and Isaac are having this like sexual tension off because they're like, you know, Isaac's all up in her girl space, like reading the Latin or trying to read the Latin. And he tries to kiss her. And she stands up in a huff and goes, I'll never do it. I'll never kiss you. And he's like, well, fine, I won't ever kiss you. And then proceeds to take off his shirt.
Yeah.
And then Allison, in response, takes off her shirt. They're having an ab off.
I was going to say, that's absolutely how that works is like, I'm not going to make out with you, but I will get naked.
I will get naked. Only to have Mr. Argent walk in.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I love that his first response wasn't rage. It was just like, Allison, can I see you in the place where I keep my guns?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so Isaac is putting his clothes back on and he hears like with like a glasses shattering scream, another werewolf.
Yeah, I adored that.
Oh my
Another
God.
Werewolf.
Chris isn't saying
Chris.
no. He's just asking really loud questions.
Yeah, he's just asking questions. That poor man. Listen, it's just another soft werewolf. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Isaac's a good boy.
Isaac is a very good boy. So we go back to the Yukimuras for dinner and we get all this exposition about the Yukimura family. Mm-hmm. But it actually doesn't feel like exposition because he's actually just talking to Scott.
Yeah. I did have a note that absolutely every dad invites Scott over for dinner.
Correct. This is correct.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought was funny.
Love this for him.
But yeah, we find out that Mrs. Yukimura has family ties to Beacon Hills. But Mr. Yukimura is actually Korean, and he took her name because she was the only surviving member of her family, and her lineage is quite unique.
And it's important to them that, you know, they all join the same family, and I love this for them.
And I wonder if that will be important to the storyline later.
Perhaps it might be. And so Scott is very politely listening to all of these cool things, and then his face turns a little cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it turns out that this boy has eaten an entire pad of wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that it was guacamole.
Yeah, buddy.
Ouch.
Big ouch.
A moment of silence.
For his sinuses and how that's going to feel. He's going to heal fine. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine, but ouch.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so we will flash back a little later into the evening where they have just decided that like maybe we should just call it a day. So Kira comes into her room with Scott holding a pineapple pizza and 2 cans of Pepsi.
Yep.
like an angel, like walking straight out of my dreams.
A much more representative teenage dinner.
And they're just snacking and being adorable and just, oh.
Yeah, I did like a few minutes earlier when he calls his mom to ask why she didn't change her name back to Delgado. And his mom has an answer, but all I could think of was like, the paperwork, Scotty.
The paperwork.
It's time consuming and expensive to change your name. That's why. But she was like, oh, I wanted you to whatever. And it's like, no. It's the paperwork.
It's like, well, it's his name. Yeah, but it's your name too. Like, yeah, it is. It also makes like paperwork and lineage just easier. Like my mom and I have 2 different last names and it gets really confusing after a while.
Yeah.
And so it's just, especially as a single parent, like it just makes everything so much easier if you have the same name. So like the practical answer is paperwork. But the emotional answer is like, because I wanted us to be part of the same family, it's your name too.
Like I just prefer my mom's maiden name as a name, but the work to change it for any reason, like no. Like no thank you.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Too many pieces of identification have my last name on it. I'm not gonna go through that.
So many.
Unfortunately, their night does not end well.
No, it does not. Well, so we have to go back to the marker sniffers because Stiles.
This high school needs some fucking security.
Oh my God.
I actually don't understand how there isn't security considering 3 seasons of shenanigans have happened in this high school. Repeatedly, they come. A coyote has been here. I mean, werewolves.
A janitor was murdered.
A janitor was murdered. High schoolers who are werewolves just keep breaking in, and the cops have to show up to fix it. Like, stuff happens here repeatedly.
All the time. They just need somebody to hang out there in the room of requirement.
Yes. Like, even the wolves themselves could, like, post a sentry.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? So they...
Stiles and Lydia, neither of whom have werewolf powers.
No.
Break into the chemical closet in the chemistry classroom at school.
Yep, sure do.
Gonna put my administrator hat on. Let me tell you how difficult that is to do. That is like, even the people on school who have like master keys to everything don't have keys to that room. Like that, there are not like controlled substances like medication, but controlled substances like acid in those rooms, like in those closets. Like absolutely not. You can't just like walk in there. But Stiles does. And there's something about, well, of course they couldn't smell him. He'd smell like chemicals. And so like, are they just saying that chemicals is such a common scent at Beacon Hills High School that like it wouldn't have triggered any alarms? Or why?
I get, like, that's also a problem that if the high school just stinks of chemicals all the time, like what's happening here?
Like, that was real weird. But they do.
And also, I don't know, I guess that just goes deeper into the werewolf lore that they don't really talk about, and that's very Fandom, is like you can't decipher layers of scent, or maybe that's just like something older werewolves could do with practice.
Yeah, or you just gotta train it, because at some point Derek talks about being able to smell emotions and being able to smell like more complicated smells.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't understand. But they do find blood and staples all over the floor. So apparently Barrow was in here performing minor surgery on his own person.
Sure was. And again,
super cool.
He's got to be not fully human, right?
I have absolutely no idea. Because
otherwise, no.
Yeah, I got nothing. I have no idea. So Lydia is presumably very freaked out. And then I don't even know how they get there, but they're like leaving the classroom, and then there's just these like numbers on the board. And Stiles is like, "What are these? Is that a code?" And Lydia goes, "No, they're atomic numbers."
Yep, which I wouldn't recognize.
No, but I think it's clever because they're in the chemistry classroom, so there's probably a periodic table somewhere.
Yeah, and then they assign the numbers the letter value of the chemical. I got an A in chemistry, okay?
You did. It's fine.
20 years ago.
It's been a while.
And it spells out Kira.
No, Kira, no. Kira, no.
Because nobody suspected that Kira was the target. Well, kind of because Barrow was staring at her in the library.
We suspected, but nobody there suspected.
Because then Barrow shows up out of nowhere outside of the Yukimura's house. It's not for Scott. It's for Kira.
So Stiles and Lydia run themselves over to the Yukimura's only to find Scott
unconscious.
And Scott goes, "Oh no, they took Kira." It's like, yeah, we know.
We know.
And this episode really, I think, starts the Lydia Martin learning to be a banshee adventure.
Yeah.
So as we talked about kind of in seasons 1 and 2, like Derek kind of teaches Scott to be a werewolf, but we would have loved to see more of him like struggling and learning new things. This is when we start getting that from Lydia. But he's like, I don't know what to do. I think I can do this. My body says I can, but I don't know how. And so this is her kind of figuring it out. It literally makes me want to scream. Okay, then scream. Lydia, scream.
And she does. And it's
very loud.
Human. And then the buzzing sound is back.
Yeah, she can hear the street lamp above her.
Because it's not flies, it's electricity. Ooh. Although, like, it kind of is flies because it's flies that come out of him.
Yeah.
So, like, flies are not involved.
Yeah, but it turns out they're buzzing. The buzzing.
They're not important.
Yeah, they're not important. They are important, but like in the moment, it's not what we're going for.
Yeah,
and her whole haunted face, this like open, wide-eyed glare towards the sky that she does, is just so haunted and spooky, and I love it.
It is really cool. I love her character arc.
Yes,
Team Lydia.
Team Lydia.
I think this is where, just as a slight callback, I think this is where Stydia loses me, where I'm like, no, Team Lydia. Team Lydia and no one. Team Lydia and her brain.
Yeah, it's Team Lydia and whoever she wants to invite along.
Or nobody. Yeah, just
I care about Lydia. Lydia may care about other people. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Team Lydia and learning to use her powers and not feeling like she's worthless and helpless and whatever shit feelings that she's been carrying for so long.
Oh, Lydia.
And you go to MIT and you rule the world or whatever.
Go get your Fields Medal.
Yeah. So they book it to the substation, but Barrow is already there holding a cut power line that is sparking electricity.
In the most like Deus Ex Machina thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't understand any of this. I have so many questions. And we'll get through the scene and then I'll ask all my questions.
I was going to say, which part?
All of it. All of it.
Teen Wolf at this point is all questions. So Kira is tied up to like a fence of some sort. And he wants to like take her picture for proof of their time together and proof for everyone who didn't believe. I'm assuming it's because if he takes her picture, her eyes are going to do the weird thing that the werewolf eyes do in the pictures.
Yeah, I assume so.
That's what I thought was happening. And he goes on this kind of chat about Village of the Damned and the weird little blonde children whose eyes can glow and they do like shit things. It's been a long time since I watched Village of the Damned, actually. I don't think I've ever read the book.
Would it surprise you to learn that I've never seen it?
It would not surprise me at all, honestly.
Thank you.
It was directed by John Carpenter.
Cool.
It has Mark Hamill in it, and I think Christopher Reeve.
Also cool, but...
And weirdly, okay, so what I do remember is it's set in Northern California, so maybe that's part of the connection or why they used it in the show. Is like, oh, it's both here. But yeah, so like, part of what I remember is like, people in this town like black out at night, or no, during the day, and then like regain consciousness. And then some women like mysteriously get pregnant.
Okay.
And then these weird ass kids are born, but they're all like super pale and blonde with these glowy, crazy eyes. Yeah. Nothing to do with werewolves.
But regardless of all of this, Barrow decides to use the cool photo features on Kira's phone.
Yes. This might be an ad for the phone.
Oh, for sure. 100% it's an ad for whatever Nokia phone this is.
It was. I would still rock that phone, I think.
For sure.
So, no one would believe him when he said he saw kids with glowing eyes, and he's going to like shake the world out of their paralysis, and he's going to roll title galvanize them. I don't think this was a worthwhile use of the title.
No.
I sometimes the title like works in the show, but this one was like, that's kind of a big word for, I don't know, it didn't fit the scene anyway.
No, I don't think so.
But the Team Wolf shows up, and Scott, with absolutely no plan, no preparation, full Scotty McCall, just runs in and immediately gets hit with the power line and goes down.
Ouch.
And I was like, no, that sounds right for him. That fits. I get that. And he's like, Barrow, Kira's not the one you want. Maybe? Does he Anyway, okay, we'll ask questions later.
We'll ask questions in a minute.
We'll ask questions in a minute. But Barrow brings this power line, and I don't know a ton about electricity. I feel like you couldn't get that close to the sparking power line. Whatever. He brings it up to her, and it like touches, I'm pretty sure it actually touches her. And then she just glows bright white. And he is blown backwards from her, and electricity just sparks all over the place while the music does this really cool, like, swelling crescendo thing. And then we kind of pull back and watch from, I think, Scott's point of view as electricity, like these little sparkly electricity bits that kind of look like fireflies, gather up in Kira's hands like she's a fucking superhero. And then the power goes out across town. Kira's super high.
I have so many questions.
What was your first question? Because my first question is, why did he pick Kira?
My first question is, like, it's not necessarily like it is why he picked Kira, but I'm more curious how he picked Kira.
Okay, I think those are similar questions. Like, what was the thing?
How did he know that she was going to end up having glowy eyes? Like, my first thought is that maybe Kira was on the bus.
Oh.
Or that maybe Kira was like supposed to be on the bus.
Did I miss in the episode, or maybe it actually just doesn't get said, how long ago that bombing was? Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't either. Because, like, if you think about it, I mean, murder charges, these things take years to go through.
Yeah. Because
trials and, like...
I'm thinking, like, if there might have been, like, a cut scene somewhere talking about, you know, when... Like, you know, I know that we moved to New York after the bus incident, and I know you're scared to move back, and I know that it's all really hard, but...
Right.
But, like, also, does Kira's magical electricity power not start until she gets, like, Deus Ex electrified?
I don't know.
Like, because in order for the selection of Kira to make sense, Barrow would have had to know that she is super.
Yeah.
And if Kira hasn't presented as super, then we have questions.
Yes.
Like, how
did you know?
How did Barrow know?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was right.
Yeah.
That Kira would have had glowing eyes, sorta, kinda. But, like, there's absolutely no real reason why he should know that with the evidence as presented in the document.
The evidence presented to the court of fandom.
I'm just saying, like, we can make up.
Totally right.
We can make up a reason. We have made up reasons just right now. But, like, the evidence presented does not give us any actual reason why Barrow would have singled out Kira for glowy eye murder mystery victim.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
like,
you are correct.
I don't understand. But surprise, she's super.
She is super. I mean, maybe it has to do with her mother's lineage.
Yeah, and, like, all of it makes sense once Kira is, like, unmasked.
Masked.
Like, she is taken to an electrical power building and is electrocuted.
Mm-hmm. She's
like,
galvanized.
She is galvanized. That is true. She is galvanized. But, like, that is a whole bunch of, like, Deus Ex Machina shit.
Yeah.
That I don't really understand. At the end of the day, we get zappy Kira, which I love. But, like...
Mm-hmm. Although...
I'm missing...
I love
there's a whole chunk in the middle that I'm missing.
I love it. And also, like, not one normal person, not, you know, quote-unquote normal, right?
Yeah, there's not one normal person.
Not one normal person in this school. Is everybody superheroed?
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine. But, yes. Whatever.
Danny is normal. Danny is normal.
Is he, or we have just not uncovered his superpower? His superpower is getting laid.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Danny's superpower is getting a date. That's his.
Yeah.
That boy is never single. He has a lot of exes. All my exes live in...
Yes, it does. But yeah, so you're totally right. Like, when this happened, I was just like, but how did he die? Is he being told? Like, directed? This is the one? I don't know.
Yeah, and there's I think the only answer that I might have is I'm gonna fast forward us into the future here. There's a thing that happens in season 4 where supers, or I keep calling them supers, where like werewolves and whatever are getting targeted.
What should we call them? The list.
The list. And so, like, if that is a thing that starts now, maybe Kira was on a list.
Okay.
But I would really have to wait until we get into season 4 when they start to explain the list.
Sure.
And like, you know, it started with this and this and that, and maybe it's whatever. And so like, maybe if Barrow is like included on that list, then like maybe they can drag it all the way back. But I don't think they were planning that far ahead, honestly.
Right.
I just like, how did he pick Kira? I just, why, how, from where?
Yeah.
I just, but
wherefore?
I'm not mad. I'm not mad about Sparky Kira. I'm not mad about Electric Firefly Girl. I love her. Let it ride.
She's so cute. Let it ride. Although I do wonder if Scott was like another one.
Another werewolf.
Another werewolf. Yeah. Like, God damn it.
Yeah. Well, at least this one probably won't try to kill him.
No, probably not.
Friends.
Probably not. Although speaking of trying to kill your friends, there is one last thing that happens. And that is back at the Argent apartment, which I guess is also Isaac's apartment. He's, you know, watching the power go out. I don't know what happened to Allison.
She and her dad are having a conversation in the office.
No, that's right. They're arguing in the other room. And then suddenly, like, dark figures, these masked, cloaked figures just start moving around him and close in on him. And he starts yelling and can't escape. The camera zooms out. The door is closed. Allison and Chris can't get into the room to help Isaac, and the episode ends.
Yeah. The door slams shut.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, Isaac.
Poor kid.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah, I hope so.
Who are these people?
It's a monster.
We don't know. So stuff's still happening.
Stuff's still happening.
And it's not even Halloween yet.
Oh God, but we've left it an entire plot point. We got to talk about Derek and Peter.
Oh God, Derek and Peter. Jesus.
So Derek and Peter have their like entire their whole episode just hanging out in the loft. And I've gone too far back in my notes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they're hanging out in the loft. So Derek is sewing Peter's finger back on.
Don't you have any anesthetic? Yep.
I'm not going to use it because fuck you, Peter.
Because fuck you.
So Peter wants to know what's in the box. And this is the box that they acquired in the previous episode. And it has like, it's like this little cylindrical box with the Triskele on top. What's in the box are Talia's claws.
It's all that's left of her.
So apparently, is that Derek wants to ask his mother something, which it is apparently possible to do by using the claws. And he's like, why do you think I sewed your finger back on? And shit-eating grin, Derek, is one of my favorites.
Oh, correct. This is great.
And to do this, he needs Peter, because Peter has to do it to him. He needs Peter to shove Talia's claws under his own so he can do the alpha claw thing in the back of Derek's neck and mind meld so that it's Talia's mind.
It's Talia's claws.
Talia's claws in Derek's neck so that he can somehow talk to her.
Mind meld with her.
Yeah. And not Peter, because it'll be Talia's claws. It's a whole thing. And Peter's like, there's some danger to this for me, and I'm not fond of that unless it benefits me. And what I want are the claws for sentimental value.
Am I not allowed a little bit of sentiment? Like, absolutely not. No, you are not.
No, dickbag.
No, asshole. You are absolutely not. And Derek and he's like, Peter's like reaching into the box like, and Derek's like, nope, not fast enough. And so he just like slams Peter's hand into the box with Talia's claws.
Hell yeah.
Like, what is happening? I just don't. And so then we finally wake up and Derek is in this like blue-white room.
It's purple lighting though. It's kind of purpley.
It's kind of purple. It's kind of blue. And he looks in front of him and it's the stump of the Nemeton.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of the stump of the Nemeton jumps up a big black wolf.
Hey, Mom.
Which we are led to assume is Talia Hale.
Yes. Yep. And we don't actually get any of their conversation.
Anything.
We don't get anything. We just get Derek snapping back into the present, like panting and sweating. And Peter's like, "Did you say anything about me?" And Derek just glares at him.
Yes.
And Peter's like, "Well, that doesn't look good." No, dickbag.
Asshole. Like, I think that my big problem with this whole story is that I don't remember it actually being done for a reason. I don't remember where this goes. I like tried to figure it out. Like, what question does he have for Talia? What does he ask her? What does it say? What does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't remember.
And no one on the internet can really tell like a clear answer other than like something very vague and, you know, Teen Wolfy. Like, why would you have gone through all of this trouble to get these things to not ask her an actual question?
I wonder if there was more that was cut.
You don't need to tell me, Mom, what do I do when I think my anchor is changing? What do I do when it's a boy? Mom, what do I do? The very important question is, Mom, I like a boy. What do I do?
Help, Mom.
Like, this whole thing comes to absolutely like no end. I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that by the end of the season, like, we actually get some kind of answer. But I don't think we do.
Yeah,
That's
annoying.
It's really annoying. But this scene does give a lot of sassy Peter and a lot of like sassy Derek, which is great.
Yeah, that's great.
Love this for them.
Annoying though.
Truly.
Tell us more.
Tell us more. But that's it for 315 Galvanize. Next up is 316 Illuminated.
Yes.
Which I do believe is the rave episode. I think.
Yeah, because it's the power's out and everyone's like partying.
So if you are photosensitive, please watch out for yourself during this episode. There's a lot of flashing lights. There's a lot of black lights. So like, heads up. But yes.
Unless you're into bi Stiles.
This is the bi Stiles episode.
Yeah.
The only thing I really remember other than bi Stiles from this episode that stands out so clearly is that there's a scene of Lydia and she goes, "They came out of the dark," which was played in the advertisement in like the season, in like the season trailer.
Yeah.
Like the commercial that they would run on MTV.
Very cool.
And so that's the like, every time I hear that, I'm like, oh, there's a commercial for Teen Wolf on. Fantastic. But I think that's in Eliminated. But it's going to be a great episode. I love it.
More Halloween. These also aired in like January, which I think is funny because they get your Halloween in January and now we're recording it in August.
Yeah, that's cool. It's Halloween in your heart.
Yeah. It's always Halloween in my heart.
Who knows when this episode will get released?
Who knows? It could line up. We don't know.
It could. It could very well.
Who could say? Okay, well, that was Galvanized. You know, don't play with electricity.
Don't do it. It hurts.
Yeah, it's not great. In fact, it's bad. And I don't know, do we have any words of wisdom for the end of the episode? Always wash your water bottles and your straws and don't start forest fires.
Maybe drink some water.
Yeah. Wash the thing, drink some water. And we'll catch you next time. You can find us on the internet at Fandom on the Rocks. And we'll see you next time.
And just a special little bonus shout out to everyone who's listening to us on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know we were on YouTube, and it was a wonderful surprise to find out.
Yeah, just put them up because
we did that, and I only learned about it a couple of days ago. So if you're listening on YouTube, a special little I love you because, you know, this is so cool. Oh!
You've been listening to Pack Dynamics, a Fandom on the Rocks podcast. For more episodes, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. You can follow us online at Fandom on the Rocks. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can subscribe to our Patreon account at patreon.com/fandomontherocks. Subscribers get access to ad-free content, exclusive bonus episodes deep diving into fandom, and more. So until next time, keep your pack close.